Welcome back to the Landlord's Workshop, your go-to spot for quick, practical fixes that save time, money, and headache. Today, I have put together 10 powerful repair hacks every landlord and homeowner should know. These will help you handle problem fast without waiting for a handyman or spending big money. Let's dive right in. Why you should never ignore a small roof leak. One drop of water can cost you thousands. Here's why. I have seen landlords lose their entire ceiling because they ignore a tiny drip. A small leak in the roof isn't just water. It's mold, wood rot, ruined insulation, and destroyed drywall waiting to happen. Water spreads fast and travels along beams, so what looks like a small patch could be a huge mess inside the wall. The fix? The moment you see a stain or drip, find the source. Use a flashlight in the attic. Check shingles and seal gaps with roof cement. Call a roofer if needed. Spending $100 today can save you $5,000 tomorrow. Would you fix it yourself or call a pro? Comment below. Why you should use a programmable thermostat. This $30 gadget can save you hundreds every year. Heating and cooling is one of the biggest costs in your rental. A programmable thermostat automatically lowers heat or AC when nobody's home and bring it back before they return. No more wasting money heating an empty house. Set different schedule for weekends and weekdays. In winter, drop the temperature 7 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 hours while you are out. That can save up to 10% a year on energy bills. Tenants love it, you save money, and your furnace runs less. The simple trick to loosen a stuck bolt. Don't waste an hour fighting one bolt. Try this. When a bolt won't budge, most people just twist harder until they strip it. Instead, spray penetrating oil like WD-40 and wait 10 minutes. If it's still stuck, tap the bolt gently with a hammer to break the rust bond. Use a breaker bar for extra leverage. The longer handle makes all the difference. For extreme cases, heat the bolt with a torch. Then try again. You'll look like a genius, and it works on plumbing, car parts, and machineries. Comment below. Let me know what's your favorite stuck bolt trick so others could benefit as well. Why you should check your dryer vent twice a year. Your dryer could be fire hazard right now. Lint buildup in your dryer vent isn't just bad for efficiency, it's dangerous. Lint is highly flammable, and when it clogs the vent, heat can't escape. This can cause fire, especially in older dryers. Every 6 months, unplugging your dryer, disconnecting the vent hose, and vacuuming it out. Check the outside vent for blockage too. Not only the clothes dry faster, but you will lower the risk of a disaster. When was the last time you cleaned yours? This video is to see how many 2x4s can I fit in this 4-door Toyota Camry sedan. So I fold all the seats, I opened up all the opening to see how many 2x4s can I actually put inside. So I went to my local store, I picked up 2x4s, and I tried starting from one side all the way to the other side. I tried to fill as many as I could. So at the end I was able to put 24 2x4s, and I think I could have had 4 more in there. So it's a good idea to know if you're in Home Depot or somewhere, you're picking up 2x4s, your Toyota Camry or your 4-door sedan, if you're able to fold the seats, it's good to know how many you could carry. So it's 24 2x4s. The goal is to get this sheetrock, which is 4x8s, into this Toyota. It's very important to pick the right cart. So I picked this flatbed because you're going to see how easy it is to just slide it back in. There's nobody else here helping me. I'm doing this on my own. I have a camera in my hand. The trick is going to be get the cart as close as possible without touching the bumper, and you get one of the corners. Once you get one of the corner in, then you could just slide the other corner in place. Once you have that, you have a focus, you have a direction, you just push it in place, and you could fit the 4x8s, which is the sheetrock in this case, in your minivan.
minivan. So I only carried 6 of the sheetrocks. I wouldn't recommend to carry more than maybe 8 or so, because these vans are not designed to carry so many sheetrocks. You might, damage the suspension if you put more, because remember, even though it fits, you shouldn't try to fit more than 8, I believe. Anything more, or maybe 10, you could squeeze 10 in, but watch your spring.
This tool is very important, very special. It's only $17. You have different variety of it. You could buy different type, an offset one, perhaps a one for the compound tile cutting. This is great. It's a great tool to have in your toolbox, and I tell you why. When you have a piece of tile, you don't want to turn on your wet saw. It's perfect for nipping away a piece of tile. Let's say you need a small piece to fit around the door edge or by the window. Whatever the reason is, you need to chip away some pieces of the tile. This is it.
How to adjust temperature on this Moen shower diverting valve. I'm going to show you in this 1-minute video how to do this quickly. So all you have to do is, after you remove the handle, you remove the insert out. It comes in 3 different pieces. You remove the black piece out, then you have these 2 white plastic connectors. This is where you make the adjustment. The blend is basically, you're not adjusting any temperature, however you're adjusting the blend between hot and cold. So depending on what position you put this plastic piece, you might have to open and close multiple times to make this adjustment, depending on what sort of temperature is comfortable for you. So ultimately, all you are doing is blending the hot water with the cold water to a position where you're comfortable. So if a child turns the handle all the way to hot, the child won't get burned. Or if you want to go and take a shower and just turn it up all the way and you want that temperature, the perfect temperature, this faucet will allow you to get to the perfect temperature that satisfies you.
Have you wondered what to do when the tire pressure goes down? There has to be the right pressure. Every car on the front door, when you open up, the driver's side has a sticker that tells you what the tire pressure should be. You see, the front, the rear, it says 34 psi, and the spare is 60 psi. So next time you get a tire pressure indicator light on your dashboard, don't worry. Just open up the door, see what the pressure your tire takes, and fill up the tire with air. You could either do that in a gas station, or you could have a portable air compressor, or you could just do what I did, use a commercial grade air compressor to fill up the tire. It doesn't matter as long as you have this pressure recommended by the manufacturer. So avoid line in the auto mechanic shop. You just save time and money. Hey guys, I wanted to show you this coupling. This coupling actually going to transfer from copper to PVC. One side is thick, another side is wide enough for the PVC. The thick side, because the copper is thin and is smaller in diameter than the PVC. So all you got to do is take the metal shielding out and you put the rubber on top. Once you get the rubber in, it's very easy to get the PVC in. They come in different sizes. The one I'm installing is 2 inches. They come in 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. I guess you could find different sizes, 4 inches as well. I saw one on 3 inches as well. Copper is not very popular, but this comes very handy if you want to transition from copper into PVC. And that's it. 10 landlord hacks that can save you hundreds of dollars while keeping your property in top shape. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the Landlord's Workshop, and share this video with someone who could use this for tips. Until next time, keep fixing smart and saving money.